Hi there. Welcome to the lesson on LinkedIn. And in this lesson, I have created a LinkedIn planner for you. And so I won't walk through the details or the entire details of this, but before we talk about, or since we're talking about LinkedIn, I want to start with talking about your presence on social media broadly, right? We live in such a digital age that we all have, or the majority of us use social media in various capacities. And I want you to think about how you use it personally and then how it can impact your career. So, most organizations, at least bigger organizations, have social media policies. My first question is, do you know what that policy says? If you don't, I encourage you, one, to make sure or to find out if your company has one, and then two, to read it so that you are knowledgeable about how your personal beliefs may impact the company's reputation and thereby potentially your job or your career. Now, with that, I don't intend to make this a political conversation. That's not what I'm getting at. You are free to believe, and certainly your First Amendment right to believe and to speak what you believe. But that also has consequences sometimes when it comes to your career. And we have seen that play out. So I wouldn't be a good career coach if I didn't caution you to be aware of those impacts. Another way that social media can impact you is as it pertains to potential jobs, right? And this is especially important for those of us who are younger, right? Because you're coming up in a time where, from a technology perspective, there are no limitations. From a privacy perspective, there are really no limitations, and you've never known any. And the people, the stars, celebrity, give the impression that you can just be free, right? They give the impression that you can say what you want, do what you want, wear what you want, etc. But I'm here to tell you that when it comes to a job that may be in a highly regarded or even one that is an institution that has been around a long time, your social media profile is looked up. Now, that includes LinkedIn. And for the most part, we all have professional or professional ish profiles on LinkedIn. But if you're looking for a job in IT security, privacy, you want a job with high security clearance in the government, right? A job where you're going to have access to other people's personal data, then who you are and what you do comes into play, right? And so I want you to think about that as you put yourself out into the world. And that doesn't mean you don't, it means that you are thoughtful about what that is and any implications, and you do so knowingly, right? Okay. So with that, when it comes to LinkedIn, here is my recommendation. If you have a resume and a resume that you love and is working for you, then this is an opportunity for you to beef up your LinkedIn profile. In today's market, recruiters should be reaching out to you weekly with opportunities. Yes, weekly. Now, that may not always be the case, but your profile should still be getting hits. And in this planner, it talks a little bit more about the components of your profile that you may want to update. I want to encourage you all to have and get a professional headshot. You can do this with a ring light and a good cell phone even. It doesn't have to be like you pay someone, but I know photographers who will do it for less than $100, right? Believe it or not, and I'm using myself as an example, my current LinkedIn profile or picture you see of me, I used a ring light, my iPhone 13, and Canva, which is a tool where you can create documents, so to speak, or you can create images and things like that, right? So it doesn't have to be over the top, but you want it to be a display of you putting your best foot forward, not for the role and the job you have right now, but for the one you want in the future. The one you want in the future. right? And then you also want to make sure that you are at least connecting with people that you have worked with, even if you didn't work with them directly. And the reason why I encourage this is because LinkedIn is a great tool when it comes to interviewing. I don't recommend, or I highly recommend that you use it to see how people you know connect with the people you may potentially be interviewing with. The more information you have about those people before you go in the interview, the better prepared you will be to connect with them. Because interviews are like dating, right? They are all about whether or not there's a connection. Your resume told them that you were qualified, at least on paper. Now, there may be some fact checking during that, but it's mostly about connection. Do you connect? Do we feel like you will be a good part of our team and we can connect with you? Because nobody's signing up for friction, at least not intentionally, right? So that is one of the reasons why you want to make sure your LinkedIn profile is updated, and you want to make sure that you have connected with people. Also, in this planner, it will also give you components to help those of you who may be in a job search or getting ready for a job search, and how to organize that information and track it. LinkedIn groups are a great way to network with people. And one of the great things about LinkedIn is that they have some very specific groups, and everyone there is for the same career mission, if you will, right? It's very career specific in most cases, right? So look through the groups and find a set of your people and network with them. See what they're talking about. See how you can engage, right? See how people can help you. This is how we get to where we want to go, right? So that's really what I want to cover in LinkedIn. Like I said, this planner is highly useful, as well as there is a lot of content in it. So I don't want to just go page for page, but if you have questions, bring them to the Facebook group again, and I'd be happy to answer them, or I'd be happy to even post your LinkedIn profile link in the group. I'll create a post in the guide so that everyone can post their link and people can go and connect with you to build your following, to help you build your network in an organic way. So that's all for this lesson. I do encourage you to have a LinkedIn profile, have a professional picture, and at least a professional summary about yourself. Okay, until next time.